I ask for the truth on behalf of Terri Sanders concerning financial issues. And I ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. We just cut the deck, like so there, Terry, and we'll just move it along here. We'll deal out 3 cards for you. The first card we deal is in the possession of. Can you see that deck there or not? I'll just move it, just place it. I've just taken to putting it up just up here actually, where you can probably just see it a bit better there, can't you? And I've got just a bit more space here. We'll deal out 3 cards just along here, and we deal it in a spread like this. So the first one, and then we place the second one there, and then one after that, in the order that it's dealt, of course, there, as you can see. It's in a spread, and each position, each card in the position in each spread, each one represents a moment in time. In this case, in other spreads it can mean something else. It can mean this, that and the other, or future event, future action, future reaction. In this case though, it's the past, the present and the future. I would say the immediate past influence, or the recent past influence, correction, the present influence and the immediate future influence. So the recent past influence is usually a period of time between, say, I don't know, now and this time last month. A moon phase behind, I often refer it to as. It's usually about 27 days, 28 days, so on. Let's see what this card is. Remember, you asked about your financial situation, didn't you, there? So, of course, we can link the meaning or the interpretation, the energy of this card that vibrates now with that. And you've got the satyr. The satyr is the mythical creature, the half man, half goat. Often the word Satan derives from satyr, and often it represents the revelry and indulgence, in the sense of just recently, maybe you've been enjoying yourself a bit right now. From a financial point of view, maybe you've been spending a bit too much money, and just indulging a bit on gifts, getting ready for Christmas. Of course, is always difficult if it's that sort of thing where you feel it's more of an ordeal than a pleasure to do. Then of course don't do it. It's simple, but it's easier said than done in today's society, where unfortunately we feel as if we're obliged to, when we're not at all. It's our money, we can do with it what we want. But of course, just recently, maybe one getting as though you've indulged in something, maybe a vice, maybe drink or something like that, or about smoking or eating too much, maybe comfort eating, I don't know. But maybe, I don't know. I'd still go back to what I've just said though recently. Just the very first thing was, of course, to do with just spending too much in general on niceties or maybe nights out or anything of that nature. But either way, maybe this is why you're asking about your financial situation, because you just overindulged just a bit too much, I think. Let's see what is going on now, of course, where your money or your material status or status is right now. Yes, I think with the dagger right now, of course, from the Treasury there, indicating that conflict and danger lie in wait at the moment. Maybe there's been, I got a funny feeling as though there's either been just recently or there's about to be an argument over money. you're not spending it on what you should be doing. You're supposed to be buying this, you're supposed to be buying that, or you're supposed to be doing this with it and you're not. Why? You got your priorities wrong, and this leads to, I got a funny feeling, this conflict and danger here, of course, maybe to do with, in a way, the sword of justice as well, in the sense it's a blade, isn't it? A two-edged blade. And notice the red there, the red gemstone there, indicating the blood red, maybe, of that. But certainly it does shine in the darkness. Whatever subdued light there is, it will catch that light as it's rotated in the hand, maybe. So you have to be careful with a blade, don't you? It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. I suppose a bit like money, or a bit like certain friends and relatives who tend to think they know what's best to do with your money. Maybe they do, who knows? But certainly I've got an argument over money here right now, if not starting up, brewing up. So like calm before the storm, it's happening now, and just happened just right now. Let's see what though is around the corner for the immediate future. This is about a moon phase in front, isn't it? Just about this next month or so. Let's just see there, you got the royal court there, the king from the royal court, just indicating, of course, that there is authority and diplomacy ahead there, maybe because of the conflict and danger that lies in wait right now. Of course, maybe the authority is literally the authorities, the powers that be, catching up with you on your financial. Maybe not the tax man, it could be, but it just maybe could be just debts, could be the bank. It could also, of course, be you laying down your authority, or establishing your authority, and maybe you're the one who's saying somebody's spending your money in some way, and you're not borrowing anymore, or I'll spend my money in future. The overindulgence, of course, could be somebody else who's been overindulging at your expense, and of course that will start an argument, won't it? But nevertheless, of course, by you being diplomatic, being reasonable with them, nevertheless, and just saying, look, you can have it for this, you can have it for a loaf of bread, but you're not having it for a bottle of beer, or a packet of cigarettes, or too much of that food that's no good for you. Maybe it's you doing the laying down the law, or it certainly will be in the immediate future. I got a funny feeling. I just thought that could have been the bank chasing you up for something, but I don't know. I just got a funny feeling as though the conflict and danger could be somebody who isn't getting their own way anymore, and could prove to be literally a danger to you in some way, shape or form. If they don't get what they want, they could steal it, they could do they turn to violence for it. But you'd be surprised what people do for money, and it doesn't have to be a lot of money neither. I had a bad experience about 10 years ago with a group of people, a group of neighbours actually, and it was only about £30, about $45, something like that, and it was the smallest of amounts. You'd be surprised what can happen. You can think you're trying to help somebody, but it can easily lead to. I thought I was trying to help them. My next door neighbour, who was basically a piss artist on white lightning all the time, and was never out of bed. But nevertheless, of course, you try and do these good deeds, and then the neighbours say the good deed you've done is a bad deed, and maybe that's what's happened with you. Somebody's called the good deed that you've done a bad deed. And of course, it's up to you. You have every right, in the sense of what I did, you have every right to send that negativity back to those who sent it. I am a reflector. I need not this energy that thou sent unto me. I thus send it back by the power of 3, so mote it be. And maybe this is the sort of thing that's happened to you, in the sense you've tried your best to maybe lend them money, or get them and bail them out. But now, of course, the argument comes, maybe the conflict and danger here, the conflict lies there. I originally thought it may have been you that's overspending, but maybe in a way you have, in the sense that you've been giving it to somebody else. I've got a funny feeling as though your money has run out because you've been basically caring too much. And of course, you can kill people with kindness, you know. Sometimes you do have to be cruel to be kind, don't you? And you do have to sometimes establish your authority to get on top of things. So with that, I wish you all the best of luck for now, and let's hope that things pick up as the energy of the king and the royal court there helps you for the next month. For now, these cards have spoken.